Alright, how you doing? We got our door right here, as you can see, and it's ready to be buffed. It's got some trash in it, even though it looks nice and sparkly. Okay, and that does look nice, doesn't it? I love that color. That's that Dodge Viper blue, okay, for anybody out there that likes that blue. This is what we're using right here. Okay, do you see what I got there? Do you see that? Let me get some light on that. There you go. Okay, so we got 1500 up here, 2000 right there, and it's ready to buff. I'm gonna go over. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got my little earpiece on because I'm waiting for my son to call. PJ, he's out in Japan. See, and he calls me every day, real early in the morning. So I'm hoping he's gonna call me. So that's why I got that on. So I'm not Mr. GQ. Don't get me wrong there. Okay. But it's a lot easier for me to keep working and talking at the same time. So, we're gonna go. Start with 1500, and you always want to use a block, okay? Now this is a double-sided block, okay? If you look at it, it's black on one side, gray on the other. The gray side is the soft side, and the black is the hard side. If you come to some spots, I always start my roll of the paper on the gray side, see? That way because you're gonna use the gray side the most, and that way you have two. You see what I'm saying? You got two sides versus one. Now I always start with the hard side because what the hard side's gonna do, it's gonna knock that down the squeegee. Ooh, that water's fucking cold. Motherfucker. Ah. Okay, let's see if we can do this without our hands freezing off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna color sand that door with 1500. And I'm just barely using a little bit of water, as you can see. And what I'm doing with that black side, okay, the rough side, I'm just knocking off the dust, that's it. Okay, I'm just knocking it down, getting that top coat off. Okay, if you notice I'm doing it erratically and I'm feeling, and I see that that's coming out very smooth. Okay, I'm just getting the dust specks out of it. So, once you get the dust knocked down, and you can feel that there's no more dust in it, go ahead and you're going to use keep your hands warm. You go ahead and you use your softer side, which is the gray side. Now this is where you want to be more uniform, see? So you're going to do a little section at a time. And what we're doing now, after we got the dust out, so that's not going to fall off. Now what we're doing, we are actually color sanding it down to buff. Because remember, we did blend this paint in, okay? We blended the paint. And what happens when you blend that paint, okay, like that, you're blending it, okay? So you're spraying here and you're lifting up your gun. So you start down here and you're lifting that gun up. You're going like this. You're fanning the paint on the item or on the panel. What happens is you get a lot of dry spots in here from the overspray, okay? And usually before you clear coat, you gotta come wipe it down, but there's still some dry overspray on the door. So what you're doing now, you're getting orange peel out and making it very smooth and shiny. If you can see that, you can see like little white specks all over it and stuff like that. Okay, that is actually the sandpaper digging into the clear. Okay, so what we gotta do is now we're gonna flip our sandpaper to the next level, see, just like so. All right. Like I said, always put the double, start your roll with the paper on the soft side so you got two pieces. So I'm looking at this door and I see that this is sanded down very nicely. Now, what I'll do next, I'll come back and do the exact same thing with 2000. Okay? Then I'll come up here and I'll hand sand all this with 2000 and this door will be ready to buff and hang. And hopefully Minnie will get here at a reasonable time so we can get this bastard done. This is Pete. We'll look at the car, we'll check it out later. If you got a stuffy nose, don't use nasal spray. Don't do it, okay? Let me tell you why, okay? Nasal spray is an addictive drug. So when you use it, it clears your nose up. When you quit using it, your nose is stuffy again. Do yourself a favor and use a strap, okay? Be like my friend Pete, okay? All right, we'll see you later. Take it easy. All right, I just got done sanding the door down with 2000, and we're gonna go ahead and buff that out. Now, I did paint this yesterday. It's winter time, and when you do a job like this, you gotta be very careful not to burn through the clear, okay? Because that paint, it's a little bit different to sand in the wintertime than it is in summertime. And as you notice, I'm going in a square pattern. I go back and forth this way, back and forth this way. And since I'm left-handed, okay, I'm using this side of the buffing pad. If you were right-handed, you'd be using this side because you'd be holding it like this, see? And the way that you control your buffer is the way it's going to move. Like it, watch it. Okay, once we are done with that procedure, we move on to our foam pad, which is the waffle face. I use the black waffle face. Okay. They also sell a white one, but I like the black one. I also use, this is what I use here. It's called, okay, Foam Perfected 2 Foam Polishing Glaze Dark. Okay, right there. All right, it's the dark, not the light. I barely put some on there, that's all it takes. I can do this whole fucking door with that. I'm gonna turn my fucking RPMs down to approximately 1400, okay? Okay, that door's ready to hang. It's been buffed, it's been detailed out. It took approximately, total time, 17 minutes. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Okay, so, if you look right there, you can see the light, okay? I don't know if you can you see my hand? Yes, you can see my hand. Okay, the light isn't really that good in here, so, okay, let's see, maybe we can get back here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the light really ain't that good, but the reflection, okay, there's my camera. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a very, very high quality, show quality shine, and it's ready to hang on the car. So, that's done. We'll leave that alone. What we gotta do now, which is going to be a big major job, especially being sick like I am. What we got to do is we got to get all this color sand and buffed. Now, I was telling you about dust in the air from, it's not dust, what it is, it's overspray. Because what happens when you blend like that, you get overspray in the air and it's already dry by the time it falls back on the car. And if you look real close, I don't know if you can, if you see that, that's what that is, okay? That's oversprayed dust that has fallen back on the car. All right, even though I wiped it down, and I went ahead and blended it into here, even though I wiped it all off with a not a tack rag, dust cloth. I don't like using tack rags because tack rags they got wax in them. If you don't use them properly, you'll get streaks in your paint. But if you look right here, you can see the same thing. See all the little specks? Okay, that's not dust. What that is, that's overspray dust. So I gotta sand all that out, and it's a big fucking job. So let me get to work. I got a lot of work to do, and it's not looking good. And I'm gonna try to get this done before Minnie gets here. I got about 3 hours. Go drink a cup of coffee, and have a nice day. Goodbye.